Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, my little degenerates. It's your boy, Mr. Degenerate, back at it again for another video. And I told you before, and I'll say it again, we were going to talk about that goddamn 2024 Game Awards show. The time has come to finally talk about it. I watched the whole thing with a bunch of my friends, and oh boy. I gotta say, I am very proud of what Jeff Keighley did this year. It felt like he listened to a lot of the complaints we had for the Game Awards show and addressed it all in this award show. You know, this was a pretty damn good award show. Like, kudos to him. But I know you won't want to hear me talk so much. So we just gonna get right into it. This will be my recap video on the Game Awards show 2024. And I just want to preface and say this is going to be a pretty long video. So please use the timestamp in the description box to skip to what you want to listen to. But I really would hope you listen to the whole thing, because I genuinely have to say I was very impressed by this Game Awards show. And some of the announcements was like, some of the shit felt like a fever dream. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's what I'm gonna title this fucking video. Like, is this a dream? Because I couldn't believe some of the banger announcements and the winners in this Game Awards show. And I think for me, more importantly, of how much Jeff Keighley learned from his mistakes and addressed it in this video. So we're just gonna get straight into it. Again, timestamps will be in the description bar below. And we're going balls deep right off the bat. Game of the year. Game of the year went to Astrobot. And I gotta say, it is so fitting that this game won Game of the Year when, you know, they had the game director of Baldur's Gate 3 come up and give the award to the Astrobot team. And in that what he was saying in his speech was really profound, and it almost made me think of Astrobot. It was going to win Game of the Year, and when it did, I was like, based off of that speech, it really made sense why Astrobot won. Because Astrobot won because this is a wake-up call for the gaming industry. We need to stop, as the industry, stop trying to make the most bombastic game and what's gonna create revenue and it's gonna go crazy and it's gonna make us tons of cash. Let's just make something that's fucking awesome. And Astrobot winning Game of the Year proves that. You know, that Sony can make amazing, over-the-top, crazy AAA games. But why not make something this small and is beloved by many? Like Astrobot, again, it's not a game for me, but it truly is an amazing game because it speaks to so many of the love and the care and the 30 years of PlayStation. And it just goes to show you that you don't need every single game on the PlayStation brand to be these over-the-top games. You just need to make something that's small and that is passionate, and people will gravitate it. And I think this is a wake-up call. I hope we'll see more games like this be focused by these big AAA developers and big publishers, man. Because this game is truly amazing, and I couldn't be more happy. If any one of these other games besides Elden Ring, of course, would have won, I would have also been happy. But to see that Astrobot won was really a breath of fresh air. Also, it really is coincidental because it is the 30th anniversary of PlayStation. So to see them take home a Game of the Year on their anniversary is truly special. And he also had, like, basically the PlayStation award show because there were so much throwbacks to PlayStation. I was just like kind of crazy to the PS2 era of PlayStation. That was crazy. But shout outs to the Astrobot team. I couldn't be more proud, and I can't wait for them to see. Can't wait to see what's more to come out of this team. Best game direction. Astrobot took it again. Once again, that is dope. Again, that game is laser focused, so I wasn't surprised that it won. Also, funny enough, that was the game I also said that would probably win best game direction. A lot of the games, in fact, I would say I predicted came true, so I was very pleased with a lot of these announcements. But let's continue. Best narrative, I said it was either between Silent Hill 2 or Metaphor, and Metaphor won. I had a feeling Metaphor was going to win, and I was right. Metaphor won. My friend who played it, he said Metaphor has something meaningful to say, and I take his word for it. So it is what it is. Best art direction, again, I said Metaphor was going to take it. I'm not surprised on that. Again, if you have not seen any of the menu screens or anything like that for Metaphor, you're doing yourself a disservice. So, go play the game or just watch somebody play it, and you'll see the art style is carrying that game. Best score, once again, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. 2 times in a row, a Final Fantasy game wins best score. And I couldn't be more proud. I gave my reasons why I thought it was going to win the score, because not only did they do a great job of remixing the classics songs, but they had new songs that were just as good. So that was cool. Best audio design, again, Hellblade 2. Not surprised on that at any bit. Again, you literally have fucking like people talking to you in your ear, and it's like the most creepiest thing. So shout outs to the audio team. Best performance. Now, best performance, I'm not gonna lie, I was wrong on this, and I was kind of hoping I was a little disappointed that Miss White or neither Luke won, but Senua's voice actress, it sucks, but at the same time, it makes sense considering the fact that she's literally holding up that game. It isn't like White, she has the whole cast, which, by the way, the whole cast was at the Game Awards, so that was cool. And then Luke, he had a full cast. Even though I thought he was the best out of all of them, she was holding that game up. Her performance is holding that game up. So as much as I personally wasn't going to give it to her, I would have gave it to Luke, or I would have gave it to White, probably more Luke. But, it is what it is. I will say I am happy that there was a focus on female actress this year. I said it before, but, it is what it is. So shout outs to that situation. Innovation in accessibility. Shout outs to Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. The only award that Prince of Persia got. And I was fucking happy, man. I was extremely happy about this. It's such a shame what happened to the development team. They're split off or let go, which is a recurring theme of this year. And it sucks, but to see them focus so hard on the accessibility of their game and make something that everyone could play, I'm happy, especially since it is very important to me. So I'm happy about that. Game for Impact, I think I said Tales of Kenua's was gonna win, but never was the smart choice. I've totally forgot about this game, but so you know, it makes sense why this game won. Best ongoing, Helldivers 2. You know, not surprised about that at all. Best community support, I already called it. Baldur's Gate 3. It was obvious that Baldur's Gate 3 was going to take it, so I'm not surprised about that. Best indie game, Balatro. Again, not surprised about that. Best dub indie game, Balatro. Again, not surprised about that. Best mobile game, I could have swore the Pokemon game was going to take it, but, you know, Balatro, again, took it. Congratulations to the Balatro team. Batman Arkham Shadows, you know, that was a no-brainer. Moving on. Best action game, Black Myth Wukong, shout-outs to them. And I appreciate that, you know, Jeff allowed them to come out on stage and talk and whatnot, and, you know, and not even the translator English was great, but the simple fact that they were there and that they won an award, to me, makes me happy. I hope to see many more great things from Game Science, but not only just Game Science, but for more Japanese or Chinese developers to come out and say something. You know, I want to see more of you guys, so hopefully we'll see you there. I know a lot of people was disappointed Stellar Blade didn't win anything, but I was just kind of like, you know, it is what it is. I already told y'all Stellar Blade ain't all that. You know, I'm gonna play it when the PC version gonna come out. But yeah, shout outs to Black Myth Wukong. Best action adventure game went to Astrobot. Personally, I would have probably given it to Prince of Persia, but considering, again, it says platforming and puzzle solving, Astrobot takes it. It was very much well deserved, well loved. Best RPG, again, this was a no brainer. Metaphor ReFantazio. You can't fuck with Atlas, alright? It is what it is. Best fighting game. Now, this was like the first award they was giving out, and I swear to God, you should have saw my fucking face when they were getting ready to announce the best fighting game. And I swear to God, I swear on my fucking mother, bro, I felt like I was about to pop a blood vessel if that shit had said Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Fuck that game, bro. Like, no, I like that game, but no, fuck that. If they had won, I'd have been like, this shit is jib. That shit is jib. Tekken 8, well fucking deserved. It's a really damn good fighting game, and I cannot wait to talk about some of the one announcement they announced, but I was happy. You know, I know the Tekken community has a little bit of problems about this game since it's so rush down heavy, more focused, and there's not a lot of defensive mechanics. But I would say the whole package and the combat is so well good and well defined that that complaint doesn't really stand up too much unless you're playing competitively. And this game really, really is damn good. I'm happy. As a Tekken fan, I'm happy. And so, you know, we took it home, baby. It is what it is. Best family game. Again, Astrobot. Not surprised. A lot of people were surprised that no Mario game didn't win, but I was like, nah, motherfucker. Like, Astrobot is gonna take this, and I would say Astrobot really swept. Best Sims / strategy game. Frostpunk 2 won. Congratulations on the team. EA Sports FC 2025 for best sports and racing won. Cool. Best multiplayer game, I said Helldivers 2 was gonna take it, and I was fucking right. Hell yes. Now this one had me fucking mad as fuck until I like actually thought about it. Fallout winning best adaptation. You know, I was originally mad. I think everyone was mad because Arcane should have took, especially if you watch the final few episodes. Oh my god, peak cinema, bro, peak shit, bro. But I think a lot of people don't understand that this was broken up into a three-parter season, and I think it hurt the chances of it because we didn't get the rest of the episodes until after the judging was already done. So, you know, it sucks. It should have gone to should have went to Arcane, but you know, we only had 3 episodes by the time that came out, and Fallout had all the episodes out already. Again, I said it before, Fallout is pretty damn good. It's not my favorite, like Arcane was my favorite. But Fallout is pretty damn good. Like, this made me kind of intrigued of Fallout. And this is coming from someone who's never really cared or really never played Fallout. That's most anticipated game. Obviously, I'm excited for all these games. But obviously, Grand Theft Auto 6. Come on, guys. We all know we're ready for Grand Theft Auto 6. Best content creator, Casho, congratulations. I did see his like acceptance quote speech. He sounds cool, man. He's like, yo, son, like that ass, like don't take this shit so serious. Like honestly, me winning don't mean shit. And I respect that. He was mad chill. So, I'm happy for him. Congratulations. Best esports, of course, League of Legends. I have to take that for them. Best athlete, Faker won. Congratulations. Best esports team, T1 won. And Player's Choice, the Player's Choice game, the game that every player voted for, Black Myth Wukong. So Wukong took home 2 awards, and I think who swept was obviously Astrobot. Astrobot swept. So those are the nominees and the winners of the Game Awards show. Only thing I have to say is, if your game did not win, such as like Silent Hill or I would say Stellar Blade didn't win, and you really love those games, I say it before every year and I'll say it again. Just because your game doesn't win doesn't discredit the amazing game it is. And, you know, it is what it is, you know. But try to understand and look at it subjectively of why these other games probably would have won. And at the end of the day, none of this really matters. What you played and what affects you matters. You know, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth only won 1 award. And I'm happy. It won Best Score, and it rightfully deserved it. You know, but, you know, at the end of the day, this isn't even about us. This is about the hardworking men and women who split blood, sweat, and tears to give us these great games finally get recognized. So congratulations to all the winners, and even to the nominees. Congratulations to all of them. But let's move on to the main event. The main thing that I mostly cared and why I said this was the most tear-jerking award show I've got the pleasure of having and witnessing was the game announcement. So let's get straight to it. So, as you know, the Game Awards show comes with many good surprises in terms of announcements of game, and I gotta say, this year was like fucking tearjerker for me. So we're gonna get into a lot of the announcements. This information comes from Eurogamer. We're gonna be focusing on the games that were like the huge announcements and really talking mostly about them. So let's just get straight into it. And we're going straight into it hard as fuck. Raw dog. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Ooh wee. I am so happy. Like, this was the first, like, what the fuck? And I gotta set this shit up for you guys. Because when they first showed it off, I was like, oh, cool. Ninja Gaiden's back. I'm like, yeah. And then when they finished their little animation shit, and then they get straight into gameplay, I was like, whoa, what the fuck? I was losing my mind. I was like, this is unbelievable. This is like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It's like old school Ninja Gaiden, but in modern 2D Metroidvania style. I was like, yeah. And the cool part is, it's being directed, or it's being made by the team who did the Blasphemous games. And if anybody's never played the Blasphemous games, they're basically Metroidvania style Souls games. Like, those games are hugely inspired by Souls games, even down to like their storytelling and everything. So I cannot wait for this. This comes out in summer of 2025. So this was an amazing announcement. Already they were starting off strong, catering to me. I've been waiting for Ninja Gaiden to come back in so long. So to have it come back in this form was really amazing. I was like, damn, almost got a tear jerk out of me. But that's not... We'll save those until later. Thick as Thieves. Now this game actually really, really surprised me. Because it's like this thief game where you and your friends are rivals thieves that's trying to steal an artifact, and you guys have to kind of find ways in buildings and whatnot, and whoever gets the artifact must escape with the artifact or reward before the opposite gets it. I think that's cool. I think that's great. But this game is not coming out until 2026, so I didn't see the point of showing it off yet. But it was cool. It definitely kept my eye, and I would really love to play it with my friends. So we'll see how it goes. Looking forward to that in 2026. Shadow Labyrinth. So this was something that shocked the living shit out of me, because I saw that on Secret Levels, there's this show called Secret Levels. It's like an anthology of like video game shows, almost like, if anybody's know, like Love, Sex, Robot, kind of like that shit. This is sort of like that, and they're making like a reboot dark fantasy version of Pac-Man. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this... Honestly, I was so confused. I don't know. It just felt a little too out there. I'm all for, like, doing new things. But, man, this was a little too, different from typical Pac-Man. So I don't know, like, interesting, but I don't know how I feel about that game. Steel Paw, like, this game is actually interesting because it's the same guy who did Shenmue, and I'm glad he's finally working on a new fucking game, because Shenmue 3, from what everybody told me, was ass. So the only reason I'm even talking about it is because of Shenmue. It's the Shenmue creator working on the Rematch. Rematch is from the same team who did Sifu, that Kung Fu game that I loved so much. It was like in my top 5 favorite game of that year it came out. And they're making a 5v5 soccer game. Very disappointed. I couldn't believe that they're working on this. This is their next follow-up to such an amazing game like Sifu. Yeah, I was lost. I don't know. I don't know. This felt very corporate. Like it's a multiplayer game, sports game. I'm like, all right, whatever. This is when shit really hit the fucking fans. Alright, Witcher 4. Now, as someone who has been very hard on, you know, CD Projekt Red after the whole bullshit with Cyberpunk, it was so great to see Witcher 4 be revealed and be announced and whatever. The funniest part about the trailer, however, was that they showed the game or this trailer on a unannounced NVIDIA graphics card, which we all know the 50 series is coming out. So it was funny that they tried to like kind of hide it, but we all know the 50 series is coming out. But I ain't buying that shit, so it is what it is. But as for Witcher 4, it looks cool. It did what I thought it should have did, which is like have Shuri be the new main character, and I am so happy she is. I've gotten on Twitter, of course, this dumb shit on Twitter. People saying Shuri looks ugly. She don't look as good as Witcher 3 Shuri. And I'm like, well, yo, some of y'all motherfuckers really, really need to go outside. Alright? Y'all really need to go outside and talk to some women. Because, like, not every girl needs to look like God dead gorgeous. And she still looks gorgeous. She just looks hardened. Like, I'm like, what the fuck happened to my girl, bro? Like, yo, what did they do to my girl? She looks tired. She looks worn down, bucko. Like, I was like, damn, Shuri. But Shuri looks badass, though. I know there's also some more controversy where people's like, in the lore of The Witcher, women Witchers does not exist. I'm like, motherfucker, did you play Witcher 3? First of all, if we're going to talk about lore, already all of this shit is like been retconned in terms of lore, because I'm not going to spoil the books, but there's not supposed to be a Witcher, any more Witchers after this. So, based off of the book ending, but that's neither here nor there. So, again, I don't have a problem with how Shuri looks, or Ceres looks, sorry. And I genuinely don't give a fuck that she's a Witcher. Because if you played the third game, you know that was where it was leading to if you got that ending. Which, for what I gather, is the canonical ending based off of this trailer. I'm excited. I'm excited, but I'm trying to hold that expectation down as much as possible, even though this trailer looked fucking banging. I'm proud that CD Projekt Red is going for a new engine. They're using the Unreal Engine 5, so I think everything should move fucking smoothly. And I'm just curious. I'm more curious on like what happened to my girl, because she looks so tired. She looks like she's seen some shit, bruh. She looks exhausted, man. It also said that Geralt will be in the game, but he's going to take up more of a mentor slash narrator role. So that's fine, because Blood and Wine kind of wrapped up Geralt's story, so it is what it is. Moving on, Elden Ring, Nightreign, and this is a multiplayer FromSoft Elden Ring game. Now, Miyazaki fucking lied. He's a fucking liar. He said, we're not going to be doing Elden Ring 2. But this motherfucker basically gave us Elden Ring 2 in his own way. The game looks phenomenal. It looks like it's taking all the inspiration from other Souls games and putting it into one. And I could not be any more happier, man. Like, I saw Sekiro type mechanics in the game. Like, I saw like you could like jump vaulty over shit. Some characters were just moving extremely fast. I was like, what the fuck? They say you can choose different characters to play, and then you can just play three cooperative players. to handle the situation, and it's gonna be like a roguelike experience. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. This shit looks awesome, so I'm down for that. I can't wait to get the boys together. It comes out 2025. Can't wait. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's heading to the PC. Maximilian, all I gotta say is you just wasted mad bread, bro. You could have waited till the PC edition come out. And it comes out very soon. July 23rd, 2025. And it's going to have all the bells and whistles that you expect from the PC edition. Again, what was the point of the PS5 Pro then? Anyway, moving on. Castle Cats. This weird-ass cat game. This shit was strange as fuck when I was looking at it. Whatever. Project Robot. This shit had me like in awe. I was like, ooh, this shit looks kind of cool. And then we found out it's from the creator of Ico, Shadow of the Colossus, and Last Guardian. I was like, old PlayStation games right here. The PlayStation games. I'm like, whoa. And it looks phenomenal. It looks amazing. I was like, I don't know what the fuck is going on, but it looks awesome. Like, I need to know more on this game. I need to know. No release date, no nothing. So it's far away. The Outer Worlds 2 is coming. I love the trailer for it. I love how it was like in the sequel we have what you expect in the sequel, more of the same. So I was like, more action, more weapons, more graphics, more everything, and it was like, that was hilarious. What I was shocked is that it is coming to the PS5 as well. But of course, this is going to be on Game Pass, so why would you purchase this? But whatever. Split Fiction. This was from the It's Take-Two developer, Mr. Fuck the Oscars. And it looks really cool. Like, this premise actually, like, has me intrigued. So I wouldn't even mind trying it. So, it is what it is. It comes out March 2025. Steel Hunters. It's like, it almost looked like fucking Armor Core, and it just looks really cool. So, you know, interesting. Borderlands 4. I gotta be honest, Borderlands 4 did not pique my interest at all. I was kind of like, what the fuck is this? And yeah, I just wasn't impressed by Borderlands 4 at all. But then again, Borderlands fans have fun. But yeah. Tekken 8 final Season 1 DLC character is none other than my boy, Clive Rossfield from Final Fantasy 16. Oh wee. Oh my goodness. I was losing my shit when I watched this shit. I was like, when I first initially saw it and I saw Clive, I was like, wait a minute, that graphics look like, Tekken. Oh my god! And then I saw Jin. I was like, oh man, he's in Tekken. Hey, I know people are big mad. I've seen a lot of people say, who the fuck is Clive? A lot of people big mad it's not Tifa. And all I gotta say to that is, cry some more. Just fucking cry. I don't care. This is the fucking Chad. I love Final Fantasy 16. 16 is my favorite Final Fantasy game. I love Clive. Clive is such a cool character, such an awesome character, such a well-written character. So for me, having him in the game makes total sense. Not only did Final Fantasy 16 come out last year, you know, and that was kind of like a big marquee title for Square. Obviously, they're going to want to do promotion in some way. So it made sense that wise. In terms of the Tekken universe, I've seen people say, well, he doesn't fit Tekken. Motherfucker, have you not seen Tekken right now? Tekken is gone completely wonkers now. Alright? I would even argue since Tekken 6, maybe Tekken 7, Tekken has completely lost the fucking mojo. Alright? So, again, we're fighting fucking demons now. Alright? We're going to outer space and fighting demons. What are we talking about? What the fuck are we talking about? So, to me, Clive being there is not a problem. I know he's going to probably be doing some crazy shit. At the time of this recording, he is not out yet. But if I'm not mistaken, he comes out on the 17th. 16th if you have the season pass. So, I don't know. Like, I'm really happy. I'm really excited for Clive, man. Could it have been Tifa? Of course. Like, I would have been excited for Tifa as well. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm looking forward to my boy, Clive Rossfield. The only fantasy here is yours. And we shall be its final witness. Oh, my goodness, Clive. I'm so excited. Virtual Fighter has returned. Oh, when that trailer first hit, man, I was like, this gotta be Virtual Fighter. Just the way how the style look, the main character's pose, it looks like martial art. I forgot that fighting style where it was just like a bunch of shoulder checks and shit. I was like, yeah, this is Virtual Fighter. I'm so happy to see Virtual Fighter back in some way. I'm looking forward to Virtual Fighter 6 or whatever this is. I think it's a reboot or Virtual Fighter 6. I'm looking forward to it so much. It looked really, really cool. I know after the show, after the Game Awards show, they did like a little presentation talking about the costumes and talking about the design philosophy of the characters. So I'm really, really happy for what they show. And like I said, I think it's great that, you know, we are getting now more 3D fighting games coming back like a Virtual Fighter. I'm glad Virtual Fighter is coming back. Harada has tweeted his excitement for Virtual Fighter to come back. If it wasn't for Virtual Fighter, we wouldn't have gotten Tekken. So to have them both be there is really special. And yeah, we need this competition, man. We need this competition, man. So again, I'm so happy. I'm happy, man. I'm so happy. And also, for those that's bitching about Clive coming in the game, here you go. You can play another fucking fighting game. You don't want to hear Clive being in here. And for those that's saying to go back to Tekken 8 DLC, for those that's saying like, oh well, why don't we get another Soul Calibur game and put Clive in it? Motherfucker, don't you think that would have been a smart idea if the IP isn't fucking dead? Like, no one's playing Soul Calibur, alright? So, stop your shit. I would love Soul Calibur back, but let's be realistic. Soul Calibur, to a lot of people, is dead. Tekken is the only game that's being focused on by Bandai Namco, so shut the fuck up. Anywho, moving on for both. That is not the only game that RGG is working on. The Like a Dragon developers are working on. They're working on a new project called Project Century, and it looks like fucking Yakuza, but with more blood and whatnot. And it takes place, from what I read, it takes place in the 1915s. So I'm like, ooh, this is cool. This is dope. I'm like, all right, I'm down for this. And it's new, so it's like, you know, with the Yakuza series, it's kind of hard to get in because it's like, it's a lot of games. But with this, I'm like, I'm so down for this. I would love to try it out. So we'll see. Turok Origins. You know, I was not surprised about this announcement at all, but I was so happy to see Turok come back in some way. I haven't played a Turok game since the N64 game, but yeah, this is dope. It is in third person, which I'm very curious on what was their reasoning behind that. Because usually the Turok games have usually been known to be first person, so to have it be this style was like interesting. Interesting. Warframe 1999 looks really cool, badass, awesome, spectacular. It looked like Dark Sector, like the true sequel to Dark Sector, which I know they worked on. So this looks really dope. It comes out. Actually, I think it's out right now, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's out right now. So go check it out and play it. First tearjerker show announcement game that genuinely had me tearing up. I could not believe. This is why I love Capcom, and we're gonna get into it even more when we get to the next announcement. But this is why Capcom will always be my favorite video game company. The simple fact that we're getting a new Onimusha game brings me so much joy that I started tearing up. Like the way how even the trailer was, I was like, this feels like a Capcom game. And I was like trying to struggle to say Onimusha, but I couldn't remember the name of how you spelled Onimusha. My mind was going blank. But as soon as I saw the souls, I was like, is this Onimusha? And then when he sucked the souls, I was like, oh, yes. 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 I'm so happy this franchise is back. I am very curious what development team is working on this. Is this like the Devil May Cry team? Is this like the Resident Evil team splintered off into a new team? Who's working on this? So I'm excited for this. I'm so happy it's back, man. Onimusha has this very cool style of being like a Resident Evil, but with samurais. Like the horror aspect, and I was feeling that in this trailer. And I'm just so happy it's so back, man. I know people don't give a fuck about this, but man, I do, man. This is my childhood right here. This shit means something to me, man. This shit means something to me. So, shout outs to Capcom. And I'm not done with Capcom. Because this game comes out in 2026. It is a long way off. But knowing Capcom, they're probably going to release it either in the February or March of next year. So I cannot, of 2026. So I cannot wait. First, Berserk. This game looks really good, but this trailer they showed was like weird because this does not look anything like the fucking trailer, like the gameplay trailer. It looks very Guilty Gear-esque. But this game is really cool. And I'm looking forward to it. I actually want to try it out because Ben Starr's voicing it. Clive! Anyway, I can't wait. March 27, 2025 is the release date for this game. Dying Light The Beast has officially have some sort of release window, which is summer 2025. It looks really cool. I haven't played Dying Light 2, so I don't know how that is. But it is a standalone game. So I probably might try it out. And that's it. Stage Fright looks cool. It's from the same people who did Overcooked, that cooking game. I kind of like the premise that both people have to work together in order to solve puzzles and whatnot. But there's a little bit of delay in certain like stuff, so you have to coordinate perfect timing stuff. So that's cool. And this is when I gave out an dramatic sigh. Last of Us Part 2 is coming to the PC. And I did my research, and it is Iron Galaxy that is doing this remake. Now, I don't know what the fuck Naughty Dog be smoking, or not even Naughty Dog, Sony be smoking over there. But motherfuckers, they fucked up the PC port of the first Last of Us. Why the fuck would you let them get the second one? But that's neither here nor there. I guess I'll get it. I do want to play Last of Us Part 2 again. I only played it like once, so I really want to go back to it. So yeah, it comes out April 3rd, 2025. Whatever. Sonic Team Racing Crossroads. That I wonder if this is like either an expansion pack or a real life like actual game. I'm very curious on that. So we'll see. Hopefully it's fun. Mafia Old Country, a prequel series to the Mafia game. I am super looking forward to this. I love Mafia 2 and 3. I never played 1. I know the remake is on a PC. I own the whole collection. So I'm looking forward to this. The game looks stunning already. So I'm like, man, like, y'all motherfuckers are cooking. It's coming out summer 2025. Dispatch is a superhero game from the former team at Telltale. And it had a huge celebrity class. And I really love the premise. Premise is mad cool. Like, you play as this dispatcher who has to kind of like tell superheroes where to go and what places to be to save the day. And it was really screaming Telltale, and I was like, ooh, I can't wait for this. So I'm really looking forward to trying this out or watching a playthrough. I'm not too sure. Fun fact, I was looking at the voice actors, and Moist Critical, a YouTuber I follow and I really enjoy his content, is voicing. So for me, I'm really can't wait for this. Moving on. This was the second tearjerker moment. This is, again, I'm gonna suck the meanest cock out of fucking Capcom. Okami sequel is coming. You have no idea how much the Capcom community, in particular the Okami community, has asked for a sequel, and we never thought it would happen because Hideki Kamiya, the creator of Okami, left. And Capcom just seemed like they never wanted to do anything with the franchise ever again, except re-release it. And they didn't just drop that bombshell announcement, but they said, we even have Hideki Kamiya coming back to do this game. And I was tearing up, bro. I was so happy. Like, this was tears of joy moment. And you gotta understand what this really means for Capcom, because right after that announcement, they announced and said in this announcement that, you know, Hideki Kamiya is back, and he's bringing back Team Clover. Cloverfield Studio is back. Do you know what that fucking means, Capcom fans? Do you know what that means? That is huge. That is so huge, Capcom fans. Like, if you're not a Capcom fan, let me just break it down how huge this announcement is. And this is why I was crying so hard for this announcement. Because single-handedly, Cloverfield Studio is the one that gave us some incredible Capcom titles that up to this day are some of the most legendary Capcom games, or like critical success, like fan favorite games from Capcom. Okami was one of them. Beautiful Joe was for me. Beautiful Joe is my shit. But more importantly, God Hand, like, these guys was killing it. They were making incredible games over at Capcom that were completely different than what Capcom was doing at the time. And to have them come back, have the team come back, and Hideki Kamiya, the GOAT himself, come back, Mr. Royal Block himself come back, screams not only how great Capcom has been doing over the past few years, but for me, shows me why I love this fucking company. To say, no, we're not gonna just rely on Resident Evil. We're not gonna just rely on Monster Hunter. We're gonna bring back our old IPs. We're gonna remind you guys why Capcom is such the quintessential Japanese studio. Is extraordinary. Yes, I'm gonna get on my fucking knees and suck the Capcom. This shit is amazing, and I couldn't be more happier. The future of Capcom is shining extremely bright. Extremely bright. Like, the redemption arc is over. We're in the golden age of Capcom greatness, alright? We're in Cap God land, alright? I never thought in a million years they would say, not only we're gonna do Okami, not only are we gonna do fucking Onimusha is coming back, but we got Team Clover coming back. Motherfucker, the endless possibilities are, it's extraordinary. And I want to basically say, with Hideki Kamiya coming back, the endless possibilities of what we can see from this game company is extraordinary. Devil May Cry fans, you know how important this shit is to us. Hideki Kamiya, the god himself of character action game, the GOAT himself who gave us Devil May Cry, is back at Capcom. Do you know what that fucking means? Do you know what that means? That means Devil May Cry is in the safest fucking hands if Kamiya wants to do another Devil May Cry. That means Devil May Cry 1 remake could happen. Devil May Cry 0 could happen, because he talked about he wanted to tell the origin stories of Sparta. Devil May Cry 6 could happen. Endless possibilities. This announcement was awesome. I was on the fucking floor crying. This level of announcement was on the same fucking level I had for Devil May Cry 5 when it got announced. Like, this is like my childhood coming back to me at full force. Like, not even like 10%. Full force. Like, we're on this crazy. I gotta say, I'm done. I'm not talking about this shit anymore. We done. This shit is lit. This was the highlight of the whole fucking conference. And then to wrap things up, the final game they announced. I gotta admit, after the slimy taste of seeing Last of Us on the screen had me so upset that I was like, man, I'm so tired of fucking Naughty Dog and their bullshit and la la la. But when they showed us Intergalactic, the Herald Prophecy, son, I had to cry a little bit. I was just so happy. It was tears of joy. It wasn't because of the game was amazing or anything, or what they showed was amazing. It was the genuine joy and tears of knowing that they're not working on a fucking Last of Us game, man. I am so happy. Get me away from Last of Us. Get me the fuck away from The Last of Us. All possible. And this is coming from a huge Last of Us fan. Get me the fuck away from that franchise as soon as possible. I'm tired of the toxic bullshit. I'm tired of the fucking Neil Druckmann has to defend Last of Us. I'm tired of fucking the community. I'm tired of everything about Last of Us. Get me the fuck away from it. I'm gonna embrace Intergalactic with all love and joy because I'm extremely optimistic and so happy that we got a new IP. And one thing Neil Druckmann said, because he is directing it, so if you don't like Neil Druckmann, I don't give a fuck. It's a new IP. Let the man cook. That he said that it's going to be a back to form, like, action adventure style game that Naughty Dog is used to doing, but it's going to elevate it's going to have deep mechanics, more deeper than Last of Us Part 2. I was like, motherfucker, and if you played Last of Us Part 2, you know how deep those mechanics go. So I'm like, holy shit, what the fuck are we talking about now? And then he was like, oh, by the way, the game takes inspiration from Cowboy Bebop and Akira. I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down there, Neil. Slow down there. You got my head spinning, brother. That sounds incredible. Like, this futuristic 80s inspired, like, bounty hunting sounds fucking awesome. And I cannot wait to, like, hear more about this. Again, let them cook. Let them cook. Let Naughty Dog cook. I'm just so tired of Last of Us that I'm thirsty for anything other than The Last of Us. This announcement was so cool. I will be a little critical, and my criticism is not going to be like how everybody else, oh, the female character, I don't give a fuck. I will say, however, the cast is incredible. Like, I looked up, like, some of the cast members. I was like, holy shit, I recognize a lot of these cast members. Like, the main character, I know that actress, she's from the teenage Sabrina, the Teenage Witch Sabrina show that was on Netflix. I know she's gonna kill it. She was also on Uncharted, in the Uncharted movie, so I know she's gonna kill it. A lot of other actors are in here. I know the guy from Eternals is in there. I know the guy from, I think, Better Call Saul or Hawkeye is in here. Bro, all stun cast is in here. And I know Troy Baker already said he was working on a Naughty Dog project, so I'm assuming Troy Baker is going to be in this game. I'm looking forward to this shit immensely. Like, I'm just so happy that we're not getting... Y'all don't understand. It felt like I was in the fucking shadow. I'm just so happy it's not another fucking Last of Us. Y'all don't understand. It's not another Last of Us. If that shit had said Last of Us Part 3, I'd have been like, bro, no. And not even because I hate Last of Us. It's because I just don't like the discourse around Last of Us. So, I'm happy. This was a cool announcement. I'm glad they're working on something. I'm glad that they finally showed it off. I'm looking forward to it. Again, my only critique I would have for it is that it did look a little Concord. Like, it was giving me Concord vibe, but the premise already has me sold, and like the inspirations that it's taken off of has me sold enough on it. And it's Naughty Dog, you know, regardless of the story being asked, which they already said the storytelling is going to be on the level of a Naughty Dog typical storytelling. Regardless if the storytelling is asked, holy moly, I am so looking forward for the gameplay elements that they're going to have. Because I know Naughty Dog's going to try to do some crazy stuff. And I'm just looking forward to it, man. Like, I hope this is a real return to form. I hope it's also a fun game. Like, I'm not saying it needs to be like on the Last of Us level. I hope it's not on the Last of Us level where it's like kind of like super dark and depressing and shit. I hope it has a little bit more of a cheerful atmosphere, or a little bit more like serious, but not taking it too serious. Like, I hope it has a Uncharted kind of vibe where it's like serious, but the characters are like kind of like still having a little bit of fun with what's going on. So overall, I would say this Game Awards show was truly amazing. There was so much that I think Jeff Keighley learned, and he's taken a lot of the feedback and criticisms over the years and finally made the perfect, not only E3 show, but the perfect Game Awards show. If you felt like your game didn't win, it is what it is, but it doesn't change the fact that that game touched you in some way, and don't let that stop it from being your game of the year. As for the announcement, again, nothing but tearjerkers. Intergalactic, fucking Capcom coming out, basically saying turning IP and showing the power of Capcom. Fucking Mafia, fucking a bunch of great games that was announced here. Ninja Gaiden coming back. Clive in Tekken 8 being a cool ass announcement. All this stuff. So overall, if I had to say, this was generally the best Game Awards show ever produced in quite a while, and I'm very proud of that. So pat yourself on the back, Jeff Keighley. You did great by the gaming industry, and giving nothing but love and dedication to the game developers was the only thing I ever wanted. So the simple fact that he did it and he gave acknowledgement, but also showing us a lot of great games and whatnot, I'm beyond ecstatic. Anyway, that's gonna do it for my video. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you're new to the channel, please comment, rate, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Let me know what was your favorite announcement of the Game Awards show. And with all that being said, I will see you in the next video. Later, my little degenerates.